Ladies and gentlemen, we have quite a bit of a situation on our hands. As one of the only content creators in the space who's willing to speak the honest truth about gacha games, specifically those like Arknights Endfield, which have currently the worst gacha system that exists in the space, I decided to make a take. A very basic take talking about what was so wrong with it. And whenever you decide to take on one of the most tribalistic, toxic communities in the space, like the Arknights community, you're going to end up getting brigaded. And one of the common things, or the common goals of a brigader is to get people believing that the content creator is incorrect. And usually, they'll bring some arguments to the table, right? They'll go into reasoning for why the CC is wrong, point out the flaws in their arguments, and of course, build a case. In this situation, though, ladies and gentlemen, this is a video that has almost 30,000 views, but it has almost 2,000 likes. And if you're familiar with how like ratios on videos work, stuff like that, you would know that in comparison to other videos on my channel, right, you can see, wow, this one has 40K, but only 1.6 likes. This one's sitting over here at 28 with almost 2K. So you can clearly see more individuals on the regular are liking this video compared to my other videos. So you gotta guess, oh, Saint, maybe he's actually spitting with this one. But you can see I've got a lot of downvoters as well. So what I wanted to do was just inspect, right? What are the people in the Arknights community? What are the brigaders saying to disprove my arguments? How are they addressing the many ways that I've highlighted the flaws in the Arknights gacha system, right? Like putting future characters that haven't released yet on the launch debut banner, but making it so that the only way to get Yvonne or Gerberta early is to wail enough to repeatedly lose 50-50 to get them in the lost pool. And if you're successful, you get this unit 34 days before her banner arrives. Yeah, I talked about how that's an issue, right? I also talked about the fact it's an issue that the banners in this game are only 17 days long. And then the pity of 120 doesn't reset. That's probably it resets between banners. There's no carryover. That's probably an issue. Then I also talked about the fact that there's no way to get Arsenal tickets, the weapon pulls in this game, without getting it as a rebate from pulling units. And so if you don't have enough weapon pulls, but a banner's about to end, the only way to get the weapon pulls is to spend real life money, which don't worry, they got some great deals in the store, or it's to throw pulls into a banner that resets its pity. That's the only way to get weapon pulls in this game. I simply listed all of those different methods, right? If you need weapon pulls, and the banner's about to run out, you can't wait for the weeklies, any of that. I talked about all these issues, and my summary was, this is the worst gacha system I've ever seen. And so, I wanted to go ahead. I thought all of my facts were in order, but there's still somebody over here, right, telling me to saw it off, and that I'm making woo-wah players look bad, and that I'm getting clowned on in the Endfield Reddit. And so I asked my viewers, clearly, I've been wronged over here. We need to see what these guys in the Endfield subreddit are saying about me so that we can defend the arguments that we made in this video. So why don't we go ahead and do that? Drama CCs has started. First things first, the grammar in this is fucking awful, but we'll skip that for now because this is probably written by a 5-year-old. Arknight gacha system is confusing, sure, and many people has conflicting people, but saying it's dead on arrival like WTF. And he used various fallacies in justifying how this game would not be good. Let me reread that second sentence, if you can call it a sentence. And he used various fallacies in justifying how this game would not be good. Let me translate that for you if you couldn't understand it, because you likely did it because the sentence doesn't feel complete. Saint's wrong because he's wrong. That's what the sentence translates to. Because if you just say that somebody's using fallacies, which are essentially an improper way of argumenting, but then you don't provide any actual proof of it, you're saying that somebody is just wrong. And that's your full sentence. They're wrong. And you provide nothing else. That's not actually typically how you prove a case in any situation, but if you're a dumb gacha player in a dumb gacha community like dumb gacha Arknights Endfield, which has some of the stupidest individuals I've seen in the gacha space, this is enough. Saint's wrong because he's wrong, and that's enough for your post to get updated 70 times. Worst part, these 3-4 CC do groupism. I'm not even gonna try to register whatever the fuck else is being said over here. Just know this post is stupid. But don't worry, guys. This has a comment section. And surely the Arknights Endfield community has at least a few screws that aren't completely the fuck loose, and there's at least a few people out there, right, that maybe will be able to make a coherent argument that proves my claims wrong in this video. Let's see what they got. Reposting this stuff just gives it attention. Ignore them and they'll move on to the next big gacha release. So, what we're saying, let me translate this post for you. Saint is grifting, doom posting Endfield. He's clearly wrong, so ignore him. Do you see any reason for why I'm wrong? Do you see any proof? Do you see any reverse argumentation, right? Do you see anything that addresses what I said in my video or addresses any of my points? No, they just say I'm a grifter and to ignore me. Or, like I said before, Saint's wrong because he's wrong. That's the second iteration of that statement that we've seen. Now let's see the comment on it. Yeah, I usually ignore him and block him on web YouTube too. Just saying he's gonna start pumping such videos back to back on Arknight, and it's better if all players... Okay, so once again, they're saying he's wrong because he's wrong. Why is he wrong? Well, that's a question that we still haven't answered yet. Maybe this next comment will get it, though. Oh, that Cy Thomas guy. That makes me sound like One Punch Man. Nah, ignore him. He's hated in both Hoyo, Samwuwa, and everyone else. If you didn't understand this statement, let me translate it again. Saint's wrong because he's wrong. The opening post is saying Saint's wrong because he's wrong. The second post says Saint's wrong because he's wrong, so ignore him. And the third one is saying ignore him, Saint's wrong because he's wrong. This is the type of audience that disagrees with me. These are my enemies. The clinically retarded. I am hated by retarded people. Is that a concern for me? Not really. When this is the argumentation that they're bringing forth to say that I'm incorrect, it's genuinely hilarious because you just get to see how I'm proving how irrational the hate is, that it makes no sense, that it's not rooted in reality. And what better way to save your own reputation than to prove all of your haters as literally delusional? Because this is 3 people in a row that have just made the statement. Saint's wrong because he's wrong. What about number 4? Pretend we're playing Jin. Awuwa CC. Why am I not surprised? Just ignore them. So the 4th comment is, once again, Saint's wrong because he's wrong. Guys, that's 4 comments in a row where the main message is Saint's wrong because he's wrong. Imagine that it's this easy to farm upvotes with my name. You never even have to address my arguments. You never have to watch a clip. You never even have to hear me speak. All you need to do is say, Saint's wrong. Why? Because he's wrong. And the fact that you're asking me, a Saint hater, why Saint is wrong is like, now I'm calling into question why you're even talking about this in the first place. If it isn't obvious to you why Saint is wrong, then maybe there's something wrong with you. Because everyone knows that Saint is wrong. And the reason why is because he's wrong. So why are you asking me so much about why he's wrong? That has to be the internal monologue of these absolute fucking idiots whenever their take of Saint's wrong because he's wrong ever gets challenged. Because all we see here from all these comments is the same parroted, repeated point. There's never an argument that gets addressed. There's never a point or a segment from my video that gets labeled. It's just, he's wrong because he's talking bad about the game I've placed my value as a human being into. Because Arknights Endfield is a game that represents my personal self-worth as a human. If somebody talks bad about it, they're talking badly about me. And that's why I'm gonna type shit like this online. I have to imagine that's literally what's taking place. Because how the fuck else does this even occur? Oh, we got somebody over here. Okay. There is only one thing in your video that you lied about, which is that you said the free 10 at 30 will affect your pity. You want me to play the actual part from the video because you were clearly too madly retarded to actually listen to what I was saying? Don't worry, guys. I'll play the part of the video for you because you have multiple fucking disabilities. Wanna know what I bet happens? Do you know what the word bet means? It means you don't actually know the outcome. And so you're saying that you think it's going to happen, not that it is happening. Retard. And so if I lead the statement with, I bet this is how it's going to be, that's not me saying it is that. That's saying I think it's going to be that. I bet. Do you see how many times I say the word I bet? 3 times in 2 sentences. I say I bet. So let's play it. I know what I bet happens with the 6-star. I bet if you get a 6-star over here, it'll reset your 120 pity. But I bet if you don't, where's that dipshit? This is you not understanding how the English language works, right? And so you're saying I'm spreading misinfo because you can't understand English. I'm spreading misinfo because you misunderstood what I said. So I said a statement, you misunderstood it, and so you're blaming me because you misunderstood what I said. That's what's going on. You're blaming me because you misunderstood what I said. This is why I'm calling you and Arknights Endfield players fucking idiots. Because you've decided to, because of your incapabilities, because you have deficiencies as a human being, in order to account for that, you are placing the blame on somebody else because you have a disability. You take no accountability, obviously, for your own mistakes, and you're continuing to try to blame me once it's been revealed that you were wrong. There is demonstrable proof that you are incorrect and that you are wrong, and you are still trying. Your first action is to keep trying to blame me, when the literal situation was caused by you blaming me for your own inadequacies, and you immediately do it again. This is what I mean by you are weak-willed individuals. Genuinely, I don't even know why you type in my chat. I'm not blaming you. No, you did. You said I lied, but I didn't lie. You think I lied because you don't understand English properly. You're saying I lied, that I was dishonest to my audience because you don't understand English, you dipshit. Why are you doing that? Do you know what the word lie means? Maybe you don't, right? Maybe you don't know English, right? And so you don't actually know what you're saying here. Maybe we'll use that excuse. You just have no ability to understand or use English properly, so you're just typing gibberish. Do we want to go with that instead? We can absolve you of blame that way. Just call you a fucking dumbass, and that's what happened. That way, you're blameless here because you're just stupid. Is that better? Would you prefer that? You're just a dipshit. Because you decided to come into my stream and call me a liar because you don't understand what I said. You practically implied? This isn't even implying. He said, just straight up said I lied. No, this ain't implication. He just said I lied. There's a difference. So we'll go with that. Okay, you're just a fucking idiot. Okay, great. I'm glad we could agree on something today. Great, you're just a fucking dumbass. Awesome. I'm glad you agree as well. Because I'm gonna be real here. I think, admitting that you're a retard after being able to, after construing this statement, where you see me literally use the word I bet 4 times in the span of 6 seconds, and you thought I was saying a fact. You thought I was stating facts about the game when I said the word I bet 4 times in 6 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. That takes a special level of stupid. I am asking why I bet when the stream has all the right info. Oh, sorry. Have you used this feature yet? Do you have access to the client and you've gotten the feature? And you've tested it out and you've confirmed this is 100% how it works? Have you tried it out for yourself? Oh, are you in the game right now and you've tried it out for yourself and you can confirm firsthand this is how it works? You have the client. You're logged in and you've done these polls. You can confirm that. The dev said it on stream. So the dev saying it on stream means that you know exactly how the system's going to be implemented. And so when I'm saying, after I hear how the dev implements it, I say, oh, their devs are saying this, but I bet it's actually going to work like this on release. And you're saying, because I said that after the dev said it, me saying, I bet it actually will count, that literally just means you need to wait until the release to see how it actually works. Because you don't know how it works either, you fucking retard, because you haven't used it yet. There's no way you would actually know how it works. You're taking the dev's words as truth when you haven't even tried out the feature yet. And I'm saying, there's no way you would even know until you tried it out. It's like these guys literally are arguing in the dumbest way possible. I don't even need to explain how cooked that argumentation is. These guys are out here, right? because I said, I bet it's actually going to be worse on release because that's what these companies do. They're saying, well, the dev said it was going to be fine. Nobody's actually seen the release yet, so he's lying. That's the one argument. Remember, guys, this person is an Arknights shill. They're an Endfield shill. Their only purpose over here is to defend the game in any way possible because they've tied their personality to it, right? This is what an Arknight shill is going to argue with. But there's something we got to realize over here in this conversation, right? There's something we got to realize. This is a shill. And that completely false interpretation of my statement was the only thing that they could say was wrong in my video. Do you realize that? This is a shill trying their hardest to defend the fucking game. And this is the only thing that they could say was wrong in my vid. And they're wrong about this too. What an absolute pathetic community of complete fucking bums. Where, when you know you're wrong, when you know the CC's right, you just try to beg your community to ignore them. Pretend that they don't exist, even when all of their points are factually correct. And you'll notice here, there is not a single comment in this thread that addresses any point that was made. There is not a single comment in this entire hate thread where I'm getting dragged and people are refuting all my points. Not a single one of my arguments is brought up, and the entire thing, the entire thread just consists of people literally circle jerking, upvoting each other. Hey, you said Saint Bad? Awesome. Hey, you said Saint Bad too? Awesome. That's all they're doing to each other. They're just going around jerking each other. Hey, you said Saint Bad? Nice, bro. Hey, I said Saint Bad too. Let's upvote each other. What the fuck? That's this community. It's a bunch of people all saying Saint Bad to each other and just upvoting themselves. There's not a single argument to be shown. And this is the phenomenon that this creates, ladies and gentlemen. It's obvious. My name can be used for engagement farming with no effort at all. When all you need to do is mention me, say that I'm wrong, provide no proof at all, and get updates. This is factual evidence that that is the case. You can check out this thread yourself. Fuck it, I'll link it. There's not a single actual piece of refutation in here that addresses anything I've said. It's just all Saint Bad, or Saint's wrong because he's wrong. And you want to know what this ends up developing? The most cursed content creation space I've ever seen. Because all you need to do is take a look at Zenless Zone Zero content creators, guys. They've decided to completely destroy their channel's growth
Rezi here.
just so that they can get a little bit of a boost from mentioning my name. All you need to do is take a look at this absolute fucking pathetic excuse of a channel that it looks like a normal ZZZ one here. Wait until you click popular. Good lord. All you see is my face because this guy recognized I'm free views. Because all you need to do is say, Saint Bad. Why is he bad? Because he's bad. Why is he wrong? Because he's wrong. And that's all you need to do. And the proof of it, guys, is you can just put my face on a thumbnail, and this is the video. It's like 2 minutes of spliced together clips, and then random fucking B-roll of the game. It's like 4 minutes of clips, and then random B-roll of the game for the next 5 so he can get the ad revenue. What the fuck are the... Like, this is the dynamic that this creates. The most pathetic content creators in existence who basically don't have a channel unless they put my face on a thumbnail and then just make up lies about me. Literally, he doesn't have a channel without me. And do you know how many CCs there are that do literally this? Brother, I need to show you this shit as well. This guy's name is Loki Gacha. He's probably one of the most maliciously gay people I've ever met. And this guy is so maliciously gay. On a Pridewin tier list video, he somehow makes it about me. How do you make a ZZZ Pridewin tier list update about me? Just look at this channel history, bro. His last 3 uploads are on me. And the videos just say, Saint bad because he's bad. Saint's wrong because he's wrong. It's just these threads And these posts in video form. I'm telling you guys, there's a severe illness in the gacha space. And it's only begun to become a more common illness as time goes on. It's called Saint Derangement Syndrome. And when you're at the point where your main arguments against me are, he's wrong because he's wrong, you have Saint Derangement Syndrome. If you're ever realizing that your statement translates into roughly, Saint's wrong because he's wrong, look at this thumbnail. You have to have, like... What? Look at this Let's just say, hopefully they come out with a vaccine soon. Hopefully they come out with a treatment. Because this illness is taking the gacha space by storm. And it looks like it's terminal. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out.